New Zealand is a beautiful country, proud of its picturesque landscapes, but its main attractions are not only on the surface, but also underground, as evidenced by the famous Waitomo district. Lying on one of the largest islands in the state, it is famous for its impressive limestone caves, which amaze with their beauty. The numerous fireflies that have made these underground labyrinths their home make them even more special. Waitomo caves are considered one of the main attractions of New Zealand. The name Waitomo in this translation from the Maori language means water flowing through the hole. One of the main attractions of the Waitomo caves is the glowworm cave. This cave got its name because the larvae of Arachnocampa luminosa weave from the large population of the mushroom mosquitoes Arachnocampa luminosa, a silk nest. Threads with droplets of sticky liquid hang down on the vault of the caves, and then they shine with their own bodies. According to scientists, they emit their glow mainly from hunger, and the hungrier they are, the brighter their glow is, so they lure insects into their traps. The Arachnocampa luminosa mosquitoes are found in New Zealand and some regions of Australia, but the Arachnocampa luminosa species is characteristic of New Zealand. They create a fantastic blue glow in the Waitomo caves, so that the caves sparkle like stars. It is worth noting that it must be viewed in silence. Loud noises can scare the fireflies, then they hide their lights and the cave fills with darkness. The Waitomo caves are a whole complex of many cast caves and underground grottos. There are around 150 of them here. These are some of the oldest cave formations. Their age is more than 2 million years old. The caves were at the bottom of the ocean for a long time, and the water has formed numerous mysterious grottos here over the centuries. Stone and limestone formations of all kinds as well as underground rivers and backwaters created. Although the Maori probably knew of the existence of caves from the beginning when they inhabited these lands, humans began to explore this fantastic underworld relatively recently. The first discoverers were the Maori guide Thor and the British naturalist Fred Mayes around 1887. They moved on a raft woven from strong stalks of the local flax, along the underwater rivers of the cave. Maori guides and Fred Mayes were the first people to see the striking beauty of the starry sky created by insects in the Waitomo caves and have been a place of pilgrimage for tourists from all over the world ever since. In southwest China, in Yunnan province, there is a unique place called Shilin Stone Forest. It is often referred to as the first miracle of China. According to scientists, the stone forest was formed more than 200 million years ago. There used to be a sea at this point, and in its depths, as a result of natural processes, thick layers of limestone accumulated. As a result of tectonic movements, the sea became shallow and the stones came to the surface year after year. Water and wind gave these stones a more refined shape and turned some of them into figures that resemble animals, birds, and even humans. The stone forest appeared thanks to a hero who really wanted to build something great for his people. At night he began to move huge stones with the help of tools stolen from a local magician. But when the sun rose, the power of the tools was gone and the stones remained scattered all over the valley. The Shilin Stone Forest occupies a huge territory with a total area of 350 square kilometers and is divided into 7 parts: Small and Large Stone Forest, Nago Stone Forest, Kifa Cave, Amshiam Cave, Long Lake and Moon Lake, as well as Dardishil Waterfall. It seems as if high cliffs in the form of stalagmites grow straight out of the ground. Many look like petrified trees and create the illusion of a stone forest. Under 1,000 stone figures, it feels like a magical bizarre land. The area around the stone forest is the birthplace of the Sami people. These people speak 6 dialects and have their own script. This people had worked there at the beginning of the 20th century. As a travel guide, they showed travelers the most interesting places in the stone forest. Today the Shilin Forest is a popular tourist destination in the region. It has the necessary infrastructure for pleasant walks in an amazing place created by nature. An unusual natural phenomenon can be observed in the Indian Ocean, which beguiles with its beauty. Cascades of streams with mighty streams plunge into the depths of the ocean from the surface of the water, forming a real waterfall underwater. A unique underwater waterfall is located just a few hundred meters from the southwest coast of the island of Mauritius, opposite the Limon Brabant Peninsula. An underwater waterfall in the ocean is just an optical illusion due to the bizarre landscapes of the seabed near the island. The effect of a waterfall in the depths of the sea is created by strong underwater currents, which appear like seething currents against the background of the deceptive landscape of the seabed of coral reefs, sand and silt deposits that fall into the sea shelf. Mauritius is millions of years old. The seabed has risen here and created a plateau relatively recently. That extends to the depths of the coast of Mauritius, mainly from 8 to 150 meters, but there are places where it reaches several hundred meters. One of these places is located directly on the coast of the Limousin-Brabant Peninsula, where the illusion of an underwater waterfall arises. The water around the island is so transparent that you can clearly see the waterfall under the sea even from many kilometers up. From a height you can see all the cascades, eddies and jets as if they were falling to the seabed. This is a natural illusion, one of those that is difficult to put into words. This fascinating phenomenon is unique. In no other part of the world has nature created such an impressive picture, and only one island can boast of Mauritius. The Stadler Gorge is one of the most important natural attractions of Iceland. It is located in the Jökuldala Valley, which is also called the Glacier Valley. This gorge was hidden under the water of the Jökull glacial Riki for a long time. The river used to carry up to 120 tons of sand and mud per hour from under the glacier, practically dividing the valley into two parts. After the construction of a hydroelectric power station and a reservoir in 2008, the river flattened and became a clear river with blue water. A new natural attraction has arisen in the Jökuldala Valley, the canyon of the basalt columns Stadler. The canyon impresses with its unearthly beauty. The columns made of basalt rock that you see here are of volcanic origin and are considered a unique geological formation. Such basalt columns of the correct hexagonal shape appear when cooling and compressing magma only under certain conditions. Usually basaltic volcanic stone is hidden in the lower layers of the Earth's crust, but sometimes it also appears to the surface. Then a columnar or prismatic separation of the rock forms when large lava flows cool because the upper part of the magma cools first. Thermal stress arises in the lower layers, due to a decrease in the volume of rock and the thickness of the lava flow, not randomly, but rock formation in certain directions, whereby complexes of multifaceted columns appear in the cross. Their thickness varies from several centimeters to meters. Today it is hard to believe that most of this breathtaking landscape with a natural wonder was hidden for a long time under the water of a stormy river. Stadler Gorge can really be considered one of the most beautiful and unusual places in Iceland. When night falls, some beaches around the world glow a magical blue. The water is full of tiny neon dots that give the impression of something fabulous and unearthly. The surreal scene is not created by magic, but by plankton that glow like evolutionary learned that phosphorescence occurs when microorganisms are excited. For example, water hits the bank or someone steps on wet sand, and also when an oar hits the waves. Genetic studies have shown that an electrical impulse in the plankton cell occurs precisely then occurs when water vibrates. The impulse goes inwards and touches the container filled with protons. A channel opens between them and the reservoir with the glowing enzyme. Acidification of the medium takes place and a bioluminescent reaction takes place. The glow effect can vary depending on the season and weather, so it is theoretically impossible to predict the occurrence of this effect in advance. The glow is best observed during the breeding season. Then the number of unicellular organisms becomes so large that the seawater literally shines pale blue. There are many places in the world where you can see the fabulous light of sea animals, bioluminescent plankton and the fantastic glow. For example, it can be seen in the Maldives, Bali and Australia.
What's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.